Whoa now, whoa now, whoa now.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight? It's another episode of Crucial Conflict. I thought I wasn't gonna make it a parent meeting right quick. Had a Zoom parent meeting, Matt. It's a new age, Zoom parent meeting. Episode of Crucial Conflict.
Bruh, every time y'all say stuff like that, I feel old. Every time. I'm serious.
Well, you don't have to feel old. You are old.
Every time y'all say stuff like that, I feel old. You gonna pay for that later, Darrell.
Well, look, man, we gotta have a good show tonight, man. We got some good cats on here already. I already see some good faces. I see some good wall buddies that's been in the shadow for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I first got to introduce the normal people that we have on here. Rest in peace, O'Perry Walker. We have Mr. Darrell.
Yes, sir. Oliver Perry Walker College and Career Preparatory High School and Community Center. What it do, people? What it do? What Big Greg said? 2021, 2022.
You really happy that you went to a school that a dude named
2022? We're gonna be back.
Oliver,
yes.
Boy, you're not doing bad. Have you seen Carl? Y'all money with the car.
We're not worried about Carl.
Y'all money with the car.
We're not worried about them.
I got a whole field.
On to the next.
Look, Maddie, man. Look, we got Mr. Matt, Kate, Mr. Kennedy, all day.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
So then we got our special guest on tonight, man. We talking about the difference in teaching middle school and high school level. Some cats, you know, some of my good buddies, man. These guys, man, they was doing it on the middle school level and now they're on the high school level, man.
But wait, before we got the ratchet, most ghetto, funky Abe graduate Johnny Van Buren. You're not gonna stop. You gonna get this too.
Look, my shirt say Abe. I love Abe. Well, I anchor Abe, whatever y'all want to say. But let me introduce the first guest. My bad. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you for whatever you want to say about me. But no, Abe is going to be Abe band is still existing, while O'Perry Walker is still in the battlefield for my Lord. Anyway, let's keep on going. Let me introduce my special guest, man. These are some good dudes, bro. I got to introduce some legends, bro. Some legendary cats. You know, let me introduce the first person I'm introducing is Mr. David Wallace, known as Mr. Frog. Everybody know him as Frog. You know, much respected snare drum player, drum instructor, St. Augustine. Currently the band director at Cohen. Had Coghill on a different level than anybody. Coghill, he just had Coghill out, check it out. They were strong, cocky. They was doing it big. Now he's at Walter L. Cohen. He got a lot of knowledge. Me and him talked last night, bro. I can't wait for him to start talking about the things he was saying last night, bro. The man is very knowledgeable. Then we got my rival buddy. Way back. 2012? It's been the Nelson and Fanny days all day. It was the Nelson Fanny. Mr. Currently the band director at Livingston High School. The great four-share alum. Let me go four-share.
There you go. Don't say nothing, Matt. Leave it alone, Matt. Leave it alone.
Four-share. Mr. Dedric Jones.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, Dedric, how many times you smashed Johnny?
Oh, man.
Man, they come on for that, dog.
I'm going to leave that alone. That's a whole nother argument.
Yeah, we talk about this another time. We talking about some real. But you see,
I'm gonna let it slide like that.
It would take some for somebody that school is not here anymore to make comments like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I gotta do something. My school ain't here.
Yeah, you mad, you know. You mad because Oliver O'Perry Walker. Look, what I'm gonna do is
listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's not gonna be much longer that y'all could do this before I go to saying crazy stuff about Walker. I'm fighting the urge. So listen, if y'all don't mind, man, if the guests wouldn't mind. I know both of y'all, and brother Farrell. Let me say this. I'm just not putting a name with a face. I'm a Kennedy alum that came up under Sean Ruffin and a bunch of cats you taught at Bell too. Man, please, please, please pardon the fact that I didn't catch your name at first, but I say this with all deference. Brother, you are a legend and you taught some legends.
Oh,
So I am honored to have brothers like you and Dedric on here. I say this with all deference and respect, but I don't want to go. I don't want to go into you and Dedric's band facts too deep, and tell too much of what I know about the two of y'all. But now, me knowing who you are, once they called your name and said Frog, and me knowing what I know about Dedric, if when I ask y'all to give y'all band facts, y'all be modest, I'm gonna come back and add on to what I know about y'all. So if y'all don't mind, brother Dedric and then brother Frog, if y'all could give some band facts about y'all. So man, these brothers is tough. Just what schools y'all went to, what years y'all went there, where all y'all done taught. I would appreciate that.
Let me start from what? Middle school, high school, what?
Yeah, middle school. Everywhere that you did something musical, brother.
I went to Samuel J. Green, left Green, went to LC Forshey, graduated in '99. I went from Forshey from '95 to '99, and after that, I went to Tulane, and of course I did march in college, but I went to Tulane, and years later I wound up at Fannie, and I actually started out at Fannie as an assistant. I was working with Thaddeus Petit. Then some things happened. Then I wound up taking over, and it's been through the roof ever since then, man. And now I'm at Livingston. So hell of a journey. That's all I can say, bro. It's been a hell of a journey.
I guess for myself, my name is, as you all know, David Wallace. They call me Frog. I started off at the greatest junior high school ever to be, Andrew J. Bell. Went on to St. Augustine, Southern, and it came back. I started as an assistant under Mr. Richardson, his one of his last assistants before he passed away, at Andrew J. Bell. Then became an assistant under Thomas Moore at Andrew J. Bell. Did some assistant at like Israel Augustine. Jumped to St. Augustine for like 6-7 years. After Katrina came back, was at Culver for a minute. Under Frank Lewis, Lonzy, I was West Jeff. I was all over, man. I was all over. Got my hands on some successful percussion players. Played all over, on 12 different planets, serenaded on the moon before. I went all over, man. But, I'm a humble cat, and I was happy I helped shape a lot of kids' musical and academic future. So I probably left out Buku Mo, but, I'm old, so I kind of, forget
that. Say, bro, these cats, bro, push me to be great at Nelson, dog. I just want to say that. Because without these cats pushing, like, these cats ain't no joke. Like, them dudes them dudes made me work hard at Nelson, bro. Like, and these cats making me work hard at Ed. Because I just don't, they already know how I am. I'm not going to try to let them beat me. So I just going to work hard. Like, they push me to the limit. Remember that song? Push me. That song. But dog, there's nothing like a Nelson and Fanny battle, dog. Like back in the days, bro. Like just seeing the intensity and it just was just like a good experience, man. Like, but them dudes push me, man. Them dudes push me.
But man, I hear you, Johnny, bro. But man, you can't leave yourself out the mark of how much you pushed us, especially. Yes, especially coming in, because I was probably the latter one of the crew, and to be like, damn, Johnny is not gonna give me no pass. He don't care what I have out here. If I line up next to him, it is what it is. and you have to respect that. That's the only way you're going to get better at your craft, if you accept true competition and being able to accept your wins and losses and then grow from it. So, man, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but damn, you put us on our game, because at the end of the day, you set that bar so damn high. It was like, damn, we had to go. Damn, there go Nelson. All right,
him and that damn championship belt.
Yeah, dude. Come on, what middle school gonna come to a battle the band with a championship belt and their own announcer? Come on, bro. He had damn near Ringling Brothers elephants and clown shit jumping out, had lights and sparkles. Man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Man, thanks for that, dude.
Oh man, y'all do.
Hey, I have a question for y'all. How is it? I don't know if y'all can discuss this for political reasons or whatever, but have y'all transitioned back to the campus yet? Have y'all started that process or not just yet?
Not yet. Slowly but surely, but not yet, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the same over the same thing over here, hybrid learning. It's weird, but it's adjustable. You just gotta put your big boy pants and big girl pants on and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they could have easily said, "Hey, we don't need music at this COVID situation." So everybody let loose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody interventionist or a pushing teacher. So just to have this situation and a job is a blessing, man.
I feel you. Hey, Dedric, can you describe what it means, what hybrid teaching means? What does that mean?
It's basically like they come to school some days. They online some days. They might come to school like twice a week. They online the other 2-3 days. But we haven't started that yet. We're 100% virtual. So
okay.
I know. Well, we started the hybrid situation over at Walter L. Cohen over at Wallace, and like it's a huge adjustment. It's a huge difference. You're happy to see the kids, but you also kind of have to be mindful of the situation, because as band directors, as teachers, we are personable. We get close to kids. We used to giving daps and stuff. Now you have to stay a distance, and that's kind of weird, So it's an adjustment. It's definitely an adjustment.
And with the
what are they? Do y'all have? I'm sorry.
With that hybrid learning, there's no music classes, or is there?
Well, I know. Well, for me, we have online. So with the phase we are in, kids still cannot play inside. They can play. They can practice outside with social distancing. So any aerosol like singing and stuff like that is not allowed in the building. For as if I'm correct. So hybrid is really online. You just got to be real creative. With dealing with it.
All right, so that means y'all won't be. So will y'all be partaking in the outside band, or you're just gonna keep it like just instructional?
For as me, for as with me, I know other people are able to. Once my situation kind of fares out a little better, we're going to take that opportunity to gain some normalcy back. But at the end of the day, my personal feelings and my love for this marching band do not supersede the life of a child. So it's so like damn if you do, damn if you don't, but can't wait to get.
Yeah, and I started back up, but I'm kind of taking my time with things. Drum section started. I did auxiliary trials, but I'm kind of slowly working back to the home situation. I mean, safety is first, because obviously I don't want them to get sick, and I definitely don't want to be sick. So it's just taking the necessary precautions, man, to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right. I see a lot of people are using those bell covers. Is that something that the school board is going to be enforcing in New Orleans too?
Or you start using that?
Huh?
Yeah, a lot of people using it.
It was in Texas. I've seen college.
I just received my package today. So
who you starts using that, Darrell?
I seen the school in Texas. I see they got a school out here in Slidell, and then I seen Miles use it.
Oh, all right.
I'm just
Yeah, I just saw a few schools use it too, Johnny.
Is that going no transfer to New Orleans, Orleans Parish? Because I mean, it seems like a good idea. So an adjustment that we can make to try to move forward.
I mean, I know I went towards it because I had parents that was still concerned about their child playing an instrument at home and blowing it out, and you know what I'm saying. So that was really, it was like a comfort level thing, because I don't know how effective it is, but to say, hey, put this cover on it and you're able to take your home and be able to practice, it's better than leaving it at home. Nothing. So if it gives a peace of mind, I was all for it. So I passed some out today.
I ain't gonna lie. I had got a quote for it, and I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some, man. Them things for the whole band like almost $1,000.
Yeah. Was you trying to get the emblem and everything on there, or you just going
I mean, you're gonna just be playing like Old Perry Walker? No, man, you gotta have some kind of emblem on there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in reality, Old Perry Walker would be playing because there's no more. You know, more emblem.
I thought we were gonna leave this alone.
All right, we're gonna leave it alone. Yeah, bro. But say, bro, look, let's get into the subject, man. Like, I was talking to Frog last night, man. I want what do you think is the difference in teaching middle school to high school from the past and in the present? What is the difference?
So that's a long-winded conversation. Currently in my situation, I only could talk for myself. With that, the difference between Coghill and Wallace. So honestly, I could say with Coghill, with teaching the kids there, they was more, I say, hungry for it, more in tune, because they didn't have life. They didn't have no serious life situations at that time. You know, only thing they was worried about if Pogba was going to conflict with band practice. So they was more excited to be in there. They was more willing to learn. They was willing more to sacrifice. Whereas I'm noticing in high school, which is my first year, that we have kids that would love to participate in the after school activities, but real world situation won't allow them. That's heartbreaking. You know, we still have kids that's out there who still taking care of themselves, and you know, may have different situations. Their mind is, you know, far as my situation, not everybody's, my situation, that I'm running to kids that's, you know, music not the first thing on their mind. Being in that marching band is not the first thing on their mind. They love it. They want to do it, but sometimes they can't. So it's just it's the teaching part of them, as in far as educational part, is really like my boy Dedric said, is more of an adjustment period, but it's not that different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you start with the basic, you still push on, you find out what they can do, what they can't do, and you build on that. I still see, even in high school, that they was willing to learn, but sometimes got into situations where they can't, you know, go on. Middle school, they was all for it. They was on top of the bus, can't wait to come to practice, you know. So it's just that weirdness right there. Real life versus, you know, safety net. And just marrying that together, it's just a weird situation. Now, what we was talking about the other last night, Johnny, and I hate to be long-winded about it, is that if you're talking about old school, I'm old school. I'm like, and what y'all may consider old school still ain't old school. I'm old school. I'm talking about like you know, late 80s and stuff like that. All right. It's some factors where when I was in junior high is 100% different than right now. You're talking about, let's even talk, let's be real with it. We had elementary school, We had middle school, junior high. Then we had high school. So in middle school, you started on your horn on the street at the 6th grade. You wasn't in the 3rd or 4th grade. You was on a whole nother maturity level. You had structured classes, 7 periods. You had beginning. You had advance. You had percussion. You had all these things. You was able to get that knowledge wholeheartedly. You know, where these kids today, where we at now, can't get that. You know, I remember they was talking about, I think I don't want to call no names out, but I think it was like Keith at the K was like, well, why the middle schools should focus, why they focus on battling the bands and not focusing. I'll be real with you. When I was in middle school, you know what got me ready for high school? Football season. We had full contact back then. So that means I lined up at Pan Am. I marched through the hole. I played all the way. I was on the field. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That will hook me. Now, these kids don't have nothing to look forward to. They don't have contact. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta interrupt you, brother. In all fairness, when you say that you went through a full contact situation, you got to give that some contact. When you say that you went through one of the best junior high school band situations to ever exist. So like you have to also add to that y'all had a fire concert band, and like
No,
the entire band program was amazing. It wasn't just the fact that y'all battled. So I
no.
think that deserves some context
I got
because
you,
I
but
remember those bell bands.
I mean, I got you, but you got to realize in our era, we didn't battle like we battle like this. That was not the case. We didn't do that back then. You know, the best thing I could say, and I know I'm jumping off the subject, but I could tell you this. Old school, the bridge between old school and new school would never merge because our value system is 100% different. So, and I will tell you, I'll give you the perfect example. The phrase blowing out. Back in the days when I was in school, when we say we blew you out, we outmarched you. We looked better than you. We went on the field. We outplayed you. We had more songs. We did that. It never was about volume. Now, today, you're going to say if we blew you out, that means we had more watts than you. We pushed. You get what I'm saying? And our value system is different. So, yes, when I was at Bell, we didn't line up, and Rich wasn't looking for Gregory or Cohen or anything like that. It wasn't that. It was like, who's going to take home the trophy? We going to stand up at attention while everybody else is going crazy. It was a different value system. So, with that being said, the old school value and how they used to teach, getting kids ready for high school to versus now is so big of a gap that it's going to be very hard and strenuous to put it back because you don't have structured band classes. I can't talk for nobody else, but when I was at Cockhill, I didn't have structured classes. Strictly 100% after school. It is, you know, at the end of the day. And what I did as a middle school band director and what I wanted to do for high schools is, yes, my kids are not going to be the best readers. But guess what? They're going to have a setometer. They're going to be able to play scale. They can march and play. And the best thing of all, they're going to be a band head. That means they're going to come to your practice. They're going to be on time to your practice. Most likely, they're going to continue at your program till they graduate. And most likely, they're going to become a section leader. At the end of the day, sometimes I hate to say it, and I may get in trouble with all my compadres, but some of us and some of these high school band directors are damn sparrow rotten damn babies. Put your damn pants on. Put your damn shoes on and get the damn work and get that shit popping because there's no excuses. And I feel a certain type of way because here I'm at a school that have low enrollment. We building on it. So I appreciate anybody who come through the door that say they want to pick up a horn. And I'm going to teach them to my best ability. I don't give a long as you want to come there and you want to improve on your skill, I got you. So at the end of the day, I know I went off the subject right there, you know what I'm saying? I'll come back to it, you know, but at the end of
No,
the
it's
day,
all good.
appreciate it.
Said I'm motivated.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got me wanting to go do a little rip. Hey, Dedric, what's your opinion on the matter, DJ?
To be honest with you, bro, it's really not a big difference to me. I mean, coming from middle school, my goal was to get my kids to high school. And when they get to high school, become section leaders, drum majors early. I made sure they can read, they knew what they was doing, they had it together. When I taught them, I didn't, matter of fact, at Fannie, I made them believe there was a high school, the way I was teaching them, the way they carried themselves, you know, the way they moved, doing conventions, doing different stuff. So it's all in the teachings, you know what I'm saying? And as far as high school, it's really not a big difference. It's if you love what you do, the job is easy, man. And I never complain, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna get the job done, I just have that I'm gonna get the job done mentality. But if I have to say it was a big difference is with middle school, you have to really, when you're dealing with kids besides band, you're dealing with pre-K through 8th grade. So the biggest adjustment is personality. You know what I'm saying? You have to adjust your personality to deal with different age groups. But once you get that together, you good. And if you love kids, that shouldn't be a big problem at all. You know what I'm saying?
DJ, let me ask you a question, brother.
If
I show up in your I'm a 6th grader and I show up to your middle school band, what should I expect to know by the end of this school year? Like, what are you going to teach me? And then moreover, how are you going to have me prepared for high school?
If you never played before?
I'm a first year band. This is my first year picking up a trombone.
First of all, you got to have a good amateur. We're working on that. We're working on sight reading. That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as scales, I don't try to go too deep with the scales. If you can leave middle school with at least 4 to 5 scales under your belt, I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it, once you get to high school, you still have 4 years to make sure you have everything in place. But sight reading is a big thing, man. I mean, when it comes to sight reading, because I look at it like this: if you can't read, you're not really doing anything. You can't do nothing. I don't do one thing I never did was, if you notice, in middle school, I never really had a big band. I had small bands with big sound, and that was because everybody playing. Like, if you're not playing, you're not helping me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing my job as a band director and as an educator if you don't know what you're doing. So that's what I say about that, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say just 6th grade. I'm gonna say you could be in 8th grade. I'm gonna do my best to get you where you have to be before you leave middle school. So I'm not gonna really put a grade cap on it.
So when you say do your best to get me where I need to be, you that's inferring to me that there are like benchmarks. What specifically will you like when I get out of your band practice, and this is I'm on my way to Kennedy, that my high school. What will you be able to say to my band director? Matt should know by the time I get to my high school in the 9th grade. Like, what typically are you giving to a band director and the student?
I'm giving you somebody that basically, okay, it's a 9th grader, you can blend right in. And everybody will tell you, when I sent them to high school, they blend right in. If they don't just blend in, they be one of the best. And that's proven. So it's just the teaching, man. I mean, but what I noticed, bro, you have some kids that really don't catch on like others. So you have some hurdles to get over, but that becomes the issue with that is, how can I put it? Some kids are band heads. Some kids are doing it just because their friends are doing it. So once you have that kid that's this because I think it look cool, they don't give you that same drive as that one who came out the womb stepping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only difference, bro. That's the only difference. And as far as high school, I'm gonna link them together one more time. Coming from Fauché, man, Mr. Elijah Bremer, taught us about life. So I find myself doing that a lot. Like, it's more than just music with me. Like, I'm preaching about life. What's after high school? What's in your future? So I've been doing that for years, and I still do that to this day. So, you know, you might have kid. You go from having a kid that play a game all day, from having to going to high school, having a kid with a kid. So the conversations are different. You know, the teachings are different. But it's all in the love, man. It is a day's work. All in a day's work.
Gotcha.
Man, but y'all don't understand how that was what Mr. Jones just said. That was just like ultra, man. Kids learn differently, you know, and that's the kind of thing that when we talk about the middle school and they going into high school, I mean, you have to understand that you're not going to get the perfect kid. You're not going to just sit there and just, you gotta put that grind in. And like you said, you got kids who bad kids who just do it because it's cool. And you have to be able to adjust to that, man. Like, you know, some kids like you say, some kids have situation where they need help reading. So sight reading for some of them kids gonna have issues, but they probably gonna be the best band kid you can. But you're gonna have to be that teacher or that person to say, hey, I'm gonna help you alone. And I think that's where a lot of the conversation or the pettiness come from other institutions, because they don't have, sometimes I think they forget that heart to say, hey, this is a kid that may need extra help. Put in that extra help to get them there. Don't push him away because he's not where you would like them to be at. But you never know. He could be that way if you put that extra time and effort into him. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. And I hear it a lot. And you'll be surprised on how many kids will go to high school and say, I don't want to play in a band because this person is talking and I don't feel like that. He don't talk, you know, these are kids and it happens. So you have to be personable, man. That was a good man. That was good, B.
And that's the difference. And that's the difference between, I call them, you got band directors who love what they do, who make sure they go to work every day and get their job done. And you have paycheck band directors who just there to collect that check. It ain't about the money. Make sure them kids doing what they got to do, man. Getting where they got to go.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
I have a follow-up question for y'all. Give me 1 second though. Hey, so I'm looking at the audience viewership, and I see 38 people watching, and we have 9 likes and loves. Can y'all do me a favor, everybody that's watching, and please like and love this? When y'all do that, not to get all techie, but it spikes up our algorithms, and it makes the show more viewable. We have some brothers on here, brother Wallace and brother Jones, that's on here dropping some gems, and but they dropping some gems, and people do need to see this. So if y'all don't mind, if we could get some likes and some loves on this, because we do want people to see it, especially this next question. If y'all could share, please, love, share, please, if y'all watching. That don't cost y'all nothing. This is free. This is hitting the button. But I have a follow-up question.
Send me some money.
Hey, wait, hey, we had I also saw in the question, brother Emilion, he asked about brother Burger. I wanted to let y'all know that, and I see the likes and loves coming in, man. I appreciate that, real talk. But somebody asked about brother Burger. I did want to let y'all know that he wasn't. He had something to take care of tonight. Keep our brother in y'all prayers. We can't wait to get him back, but he had a little business to take care of. Now, I want to ask y'all a question that I hold near and dear to my heart. Both of you brothers come from super prideful organizations. You, brother Wallace, you come from St. Aug, and you, Dedric, you're a Forshey graduate. While y'all have been the competition throughout my history as a bandsman, the one thing I admire about y'all's bands is the pride y'all had in y'all's bands. What do y'all do to instill that pride that Mr. Hampton or Mr. Brimmer instilled in you brothers? Like, what do y'all do to make them have pride in their school and look at their brother that's marching next to them as, in fact, a brother or a sister? What are y'all doing to give them that same experience and have that same pride in their instrument and the schools y'all are instructing at this time?
Want me to go first?
You got it, big brother.
And also, do y'all think that was important in y'all's careers as bandsmen? Like the prideful organizations that y'all came from. Mr. Bremer and Mr. Hampton were prideful men. A good pride, but prideful nonetheless. What do y'all think about that?
All right. Well, I'll say this. When I went to Livingston, Livingston didn't have a band program. So last school year, I started that from scratch. And I looked at it at first, it was a blank sheet of paper, a blank canvas. I got to do whatever I wanted to do with it, build it how I wanted to build it. And one thing I always tell the kids is you have to have pride. You got to be a family. That's the first thing. Like it's bigger than band. Like that's your brother, that's your sister, this your program. Take pride in your program. But it starts even in the band room. Take care of your instruments. Before you leave out the band room, make sure it's clean in there. That's pride. This is your second home. Really, you're here all day. This is your second home. Make sure it's clean. No paper. Put your horns up right. Put your drums up correct. It just, before they know it, there's a lot of stuff that I learned, like even discipline. Like I very seldom have to scream and shout, and I just look, and the kids don't know what's going on. But now they find themselves, they go outside, all right? I just walk outside, I look at them. They look around, noise off. They know what it takes. It's a certain look and a certain reputation and image that they know they must have. And it's only, I don't have to really say it, man. And once you say it a few times and they catch on and they follow your lead, it's all in the leader too. It's the leadership, man. If you have good leadership, the kids will follow you. It's good leadership. You must have good leadership. And I'm trying to get my thoughts together, fellas.
That's true.
I'm trying to get my thoughts together. And I say this too. One of the biggest things as it comes to middle school, high school, whatever, once you become a band director, you automatically become a father to many. So once you take on that role and you just build a special bond with these kids, man, I guarantee you, once you do it correctly, they will never forget you. Once these kids know Mr. Jones got my back, I can call me, I need something, I need a ride. Mr. Jones got my back. Man, you need a haircut, bro. Mr. Jones got my back. I got your back. They will never forget you. I have grown kids now that just call me just to check on me because I had their backs. But that's the love of this job, man. And it's a beautiful thing, bro. But that all that together just builds loyalty because they just glue together, man. And they love, once they see you love it, then they love it. And it just becomes the shit. Become the shit, man.
Ooh. Oh,
I mean that's still true. That's still true, man. Like this experience, man. My band director was a father to me, and just even other band directors that stepped in the middle. I mean, it's just 100% true.
Now he's a father to Landry students.
Oh my God. Your band director, your children don't look up to you.
What else you ask, Matt?
They look up to you as a brother.
You ask something else, huh, Matt?
How about for yourself, Brother Wallace?
Man. Well,
I have some more questions for y'all, but I don't want to hog it from other guests. Now that I never get to like pick guys' minds about this kind of thing, and so me getting to talk to other people I consider experts at what they do. I have a million questions for y'all, but I'll definitely keep it open for my brother.
Okay, we're talking about pride, man. Andrew, I mean, it started even before junior high. At elementary, I went Lafayette Elementary. Lafayette, man, off of Carrollton. I could still sing the alma mater from the Lafayette. You get what I'm saying? Like at Bell, I love the bricks of that school.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I mean, what I did for that school, what that school have taught me, what Mr. Rich gave me, man, I love the bricks of that school. And that passion carried over to St. Aug. I love the bricks of that school. I don't care if we down, I don't care if we up. I love the bricks of that school. When I went to the yard, I love the bricks of that school. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing with pride and tradition. You get what I'm saying? Even as a current band director, what I tried to do when I first got the job at Cohen, I called every Cohen alumni I knew and I said, how y'all start y'all band off? What cadence y'all play? What chants y'all say? Because I want the tradition. I wanted it. I want the essence of that old school back. I need the identity back. Because I think, I'm not about to jump off subject, but I really have to say this. When I was growing up, every band had their own identity. The K was the K. St. Aug was St. Aug. The Mac was the Mac. Clark was Clark. The foe was the foe. You get what I'm saying? Now you don't get that vibe no more. Everybody sound the same. And guess what? I understand. I'm caught in the middle of it. I love my old school value of sound quality over volume, but I love that yike. You get what I'm saying? I'm a drummer at heart, professional drummer like you, my brother. I prefer the pocket over chop, but I love that guy. Oh Lord, it just give it.
Listen, man. Hey, I was just telling the cat, man. Listen, I know the pocket. I know the pocket make me money, but man, ain't nothing like ripping off a few of them things, like in the middle of the concert or the show.
So
and seeing people go, oh,
there you go. So I'm stuck in between it. I understand because I want to shine my old school values, but I do have to adjust to the newness, and you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to adjust to that. So you're talking about pride, like at Coghill, before the parade and at the end of the parade, we have a chant we used to say. We, the Mary D. Coghill Cougar, will always display respect, discipline, and pride for ourselves, our family, school, and community. What time is it? World time, baby. The kids go crazy. You have to give them that. You have to show them that you got to drop your pride and say, I don't care what people say. I'm going to step. I'm going to do me. I'm going to be in this band. It's not a pride. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to install that in them. I have a colleague of mine who still do that. Mr. Jackson over at Helen Cox. You'll be in a band room, and all of a sudden you might hear the tuba go, who bring that boom? Boom! You know what I'm saying? And then you see the drummer start doing this, and they have chants, and they try to get it in. They make it inviting. And all that goes in to making you love your school. I don't care if I love and hate St. Aug at the same time. 100%, and everybody know that. I love and hate St. Aug at the same time. But guess what? I don't care if we up or down, no one could beat us. And guess what? Before I went to St. Aug, that's how I thought about at Bell. And when I was at Bell, we beat St. Aug in the parade. You get what I'm saying? So it was like at the end of the day, we took home both of the trophies.
Let me tell you something, Brother Wallace.
So
why would you tell me that?
Oh, 100%.
Do you know how evil I can be with information like this?
No, it's not.
No, I'm just asking a question though. What year are we talking about specifically?
Okay, it's like
don't tell him.
80, 88, 89, 80,
Thank you, brother.
87, something like that. You can look.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. You can keep. Yes, sir.
Bell took home best overall and best marching unit.
Y'all put that yank on the organ. That was their heyday too, right? Like back in the 80s.
That was yeah. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand Bell was the only junior high in the Ferret parade.
I'm gonna tell you something. They needed a little bit more hair in their data because let me tell you what happened. This is a little band history for you. I remember we were standing there playing a cadence. I mean, our band was playing scales, like warming up before the parade, and Bell rolled off a cadence. It was Sparty cadence. That's what we called it at the cadence. You're gonna notice that. Well, I don't want to hum it, but anyway, they rolled off a cadence. Boy, Doc was so mad when they started playing, when they rolled off that cadence. Doc said, turn toward them. And I think we played like Skin or something. Them little dudes were standing there holding their ear. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's the purple. I don't know what it is, but them dudes was different. If you turned your horns towards us, we wasn't having none of that. So I think that was just a different kind of dude. Yeah, I think it was a different kind of dude. That had to be. Wait, but we had a serious question though.
Yeah, somebody in the chat had a question, man.
Yeah.
Pull that back up.
Jawan, I think his name was. Actually, for the purpose of this question, if y'all don't mind, I would love for Johnny to answer this too. What advice would y'all give for younger band directors? You, Dedric, and Wallace, Johnny. What advice would y'all give to younger band directors, especially one who's starting off a band program from scratch? Because I gotta be real with you, I talked to a few guys and they absolutely would not take on that task of starting one from scratch. They was like, it's just too much work. What advice would y'all give brothers that's got to start off?
Kick it off, John.
So man, so I had to start 3 brand programs from scratch, man. So the one thing that helped me out was I was like 3 years under Mr. Lester Wilson. Like under Mr. Lester Wilson. Like when I got in the game, I got around some older cats that really kind of showed me the game. That really, because you can learn all the music side of things through school. But the one thing they don't teach you is the business side of being a band director. And me being around Mr. Lester Wilson at Xavier Prep those 3 years, man, that like really grew me to be prepared when I became a band director. You know what I'm saying? So when I started a band program like from scratch, man, I was never thinking about like going to a Mardi Gras parade. I was just thinking about teaching. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to teach kids and get them better. Like, and I just took them slow. Like I didn't care if I took it slow. We did most Mardi Gras. I had like 5 songs, and I was happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Because me going through Mr. Dickinson in those stages, we only had 5 songs. And he took us slow, and I ain't never pick up an instrument, and I knew all 5 songs. So that was my mindset going into those situations, man. But I'm gonna tell you this. The one thing I would tell any young band director, dog, is when you come in this game, find you somebody that an older person that will mentor you. And let me tell you this. Every band director that's old ain't for you. Every band director you think is this great person ain't gonna show you the ropes like you need to be showed. Like they got some cats that you like. Mr. Joe Salisbury gave me some knowledge. Like Mr. Herman Jones, he gave me some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, you know, like I tell you, Mr. Lester Wilson. Look, even like they got a cat. You don't even know. Mr. Wilbur Solomon send me stuff all the time. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but I put myself around these cats, and these cats people don't never even talk about. But these some knowledgeable cats, man. Look, they got E Scales on here, bro. Like. E Scales is very knowledgeable, man. Like he would groom you. He would try to put you on the right get up, bro. I also feel like you can learn so many different things from every band director you come across. Every band director got their good, and every band director got their bad. Miguel is a recruiter. You ask Miguel, bro, how did you do that? Wilbur Wallace. He know how to get kids in his band. Like he just know how else to do it. Man, why you did that? You know what I'm saying? So, but they got one person, no matter what I need in band, dog, I'm calling Mr. Lester Wilson. Like, I'm calling Mr. Lester Wilson for anything. Because this man proved to me that he wants what's best for me as a director. And the crazy thing is, we had to have band. My band had to my band had to go against his band, and they know how I am. When it come down to battling, I don't take battles lightly. Like, but the first time I had to go against Mr. Lester Wilson, I really didn't know what to do. I was scared. I told my band, don't even pick. Like, just hold back. Because that's the respect I had for him. Like, but after a while, after I felt like he was trying to bust my ass, I had to kind of put that word on him and let him know the youngin is here. And the youngin is not going to go away. So, but man, get you somebody older that you can trust that's gonna tell you good. They don't care if you get better than them. They just want what's best for you. That's the best thing I'll tell young band.
How about yourself? So your key is you would say you need a mentor.
Yeah.
How about yourself, brother DJ? What would you say to a young director, especially one that's just starting out? Your phone muted, I think.
My bad. You can hear me now? I said,
Yeah,
well, I'm going
got
to
you.
cover something total opposite of Johnny, because Johnny did a good job at what he just said. So I'm just going to go from another aspect of it. If you just starting out, take your time, man. Don't try to be the best right now. It's not worth it. Don't try. Don't worry about being the best. Take your time. Build your program. Because a lot of band directors get caught in that web trying to be the best, And once you're the best, you'll know it. You'll know it. And also create your own lane. If they're going right, go left. Create your own lane. And make sure your business is in order. This out of 100%, man, it's 25% music, 75% business. Because if your program don't have no money, you're not gonna survive. Because the school is not gonna give you $1 9 times out of 10. So take your time, man. Get your business together. Build your program. Create your own lane. And that's the advice I have for you, man. But make sure you love what you're doing, and make sure the kids know you love what you do.
All right. Well, on my end, I guess I could round it out. I'm a little different. And I could talk about my experience. And the thing was, to me, honestly, before you think about getting in that position, also become a great assistant. And why I'm going to say that. Become a great assistant first. Because you have to look at somebody who's actually doing it, and you could see what you should do and what you should not do. Because that's where a lot of people come into this game and don't know. They haven't been, it's more than just mentorship. You got to see a person make mistakes, and you got to be like, damn, I'm not going to make that mistake. I've been blessed to be around and assistance to a lot of cats who made good things happen, and some cats who made bad things happen. And that's how I learned. And coming into it, that's how I was prepared, because I took those experiences. When I took my job at Codkill, I remember everything that was good and everything that was bad, and then I made it my own and found my own lane. It's like, you cannot be your band director who taught you. You should want to have their values. But I will never be Mr. Richardson. I will never be Hemp. I will never be Doc. So I'm not going to try to be them. If you have a new band, just like, Dedric said, a new band, and you could create your own lane, create your own lane. Sometimes tradition will hold you back, and it'll put you in a box with everybody at. So at the end of the day, try your own thing. If octaves is not your thing, you don't have to play octaves. If overblowing is your thing, overblow. But make it your thing, and be proud of what you do, because that's your style. Again, I will always be an advocate of everybody having their own style. I believe in that. Everybody should have their own style. And if you are just copying somebody else's style, then you just a copycat. You could be St. Aug in a different color. You know what I'm saying? You could be Kate in a different color. You could be the foe in a different color. But that's not true.
Okay, I gotta push back on that a little bit. I gotta push back on that.
He said something in there that we've been saying for a long time to the older generation that want this generation to do exactly what they did back in the day.
That's where my pushback is coming.
And we've been trying to say that, and Progress,
like I said,
just said that.
You got to understand,
and it makes the most sense.
You should have their values.
Exactly.
You do not have to walk the same path they walk. There's a difference back.
Facts.
No. Oh, brother, no. Okay, I'm with you on that. Dedric. Okay, and this ain't no petty. I promise, because I know I get accused of that a lot. Hey, y'all that's in these comments, we do need y'all to like this, love this while y'all on here. Don't just be on it. Like it and love it. We need those likes and love. Okay. Let me say this.
Come on.
I disagree with that. As a matter of fact, Dedric, I'm gonna address you personally, right? Okay. I'm all for tradition. My heart aches when I see the Og, for instance, and they don't look like the Og. I think I was with you when you said some of those. You reached out to the bros and the sisters from Cohen, and you wanted to. Hey, what are y'all's chants? As it relates to getting rid of tradition.
No,
wait. You said tradition can be a bad thing. Let me finish.
No, I'm talking about to a young cat who's starting off on their own, not an established.
Yeah, but to a young cat that's starting off on their own. Let me finish. No. Let me. What happened to he quit on me? You just left.
No, because you finna say some BS, man.
No, I'm not about to say no BS. Let me say this.
All the knowledge in the world, he just told you.
I disagree. I disagree with that one part. Let me say this. One thing I wish I could get more of from Dedric, if I can be completely honest with you, is I love the tradition of Forche. Some of the traditions they had, I would love to see Livingston. Now, I'm certain Livingston have their own traditions. Man, the rail say, but like all you get is cheap ass tapes of Foshi. Dog, if you could have saw the four across the field or saw them marching down the street, it is like nothing you have ever saw before in your life as a bandsman. And I'm not hating on new school, but I'm saying that tradition, dog, you ain't never saw nothing like this.
Okay, let me get back to it.
And so when I see those traditions have left my city, it makes my heart ache.
No.
And let me say this: the only hope that I feel like we have for instance, St. Aug will always need a St. Aug traditionalist to be at that school. I think the only hope I have of ever getting to see some semblance of Foche, even some of them old Foche but even some of them old songs, man, I miss that shit, dog. Okay. Like Darrell, you missed a gem, dog. Real rap.
So let me go back to it. Don't forget, I said we're talking about a brand new kid who's starting their own program, not a band that's already established that have a tradition. Like, that's a difference. That is a difference. So let's say, for instance, I could talk about my school, St. Aug. Yes, St. Aug, the thing to me personally, in my opinion, that cripples St. Aug, honestly, is the tradition. Because we need it back. We need it. That's the thing that made St. Aug is that military precision and that style of play. Now, what I was talking about is a brand new kid who have a chance to do his own thing, because our band directors, they did their own thing. Doc, Hemp had their own thing. If you are a new kid, and just like when I was at Coghill, I didn't have no tradition. That means I took from my values from Bell. I took my discipline from St. Augustine. I took my showmanship from Southern, and I made my own thing. I wasn't bound by a tradition. I never once said we should abandon tradition. No, if you are an established band as a 35, a Kennedy, St. Augustine, you have those values and that you had your own thing. And back in the days, you should build upon that, but also be able to adjust to the newness.
Frog, I'm all for adjusting. Dedric, I hate talking about you in the third person singular like you're not sitting right there, but I got to keep using you because I think this is perfect. Man, okay, will you agree with me that Forche's thing, their traditions were just beautiful? Can you agree with me on that? Okay, do you not agree with me that the city is lacking something when that goes away?
Yes.
Goodness, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But what school now represents, like, what school is 100% now has the same tradition as their school back in the days?
Well, that's a good damn question. Don't ask me that because I'll tell you, I think all of them are in a bad spot because they don't have them traditions. But I don't think the AUG look like the AUG no more, like the AUG when I was in school. And I think that's a damn shame.
But Matt, what if your tradition was losing? Why would you want
the AUG tradition was not losing in the folk?
No. I'm not talking about the AUG. I'm talking about I'm just in general.
Fauché could. Let me tell you why the Fauché. Dog, let me tell you why Fauché could never have been losing because they did their own damn thing.
But let me say this: tradition was losing. Do the new Darrell need to keep that same tradition?
You want the Walker? You can't keep to no tradition. We're talking about schools that's here.
I'm gonna say going away from the question.
I incorporate as much Fauché as far as style with Livingston as I can. I'm not lying to you. Like, that's not going nowhere. So you're gonna see a lot more. Like, how Frog say you love the bricks. I love the bricks. 56-24. I love the bricks. And as much for you can. Some people like Johnny will call me. Johnny say, bro, that uniform, bro. I forgot what uniform that was, Johnny. It looked like a full shirt uniform. I'll tell you, bro, I just try to incorporate as much as I can, man. Because that's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? That's the style I love. Yeah. And it stood out.
But you still have your Fauché values. See, that's the whole thing. Yeah, you still have your Fauché values. He ain't going off the thing and say, "Oh, I'm going bad in this." No, he's gonna still use his values. That's what I was trying. That's what I'm saying. If you are a new brand director, you should take all your influence and then try to find a way to make your own lane so you could have your own style. So nobody could say, "Hey, that's somebody else's style. That's just another band in another color." Create your own style. That's how you become that next band. I mean, at the end of the day, I could look at Carr. Carr in the past wasn't like that. But when Chalupa and them brought that J-State thing down here, it changed the game. I hate to say it. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all don't. But God damn it, it's a damn show. And that's what people like. He didn't say, "Hey, we're going to stick to the Carr tradition like Mr. Guy was," which is awesome. And we're just going to do this. No. He took it and he did his thing because at that point, I don't think they was popping like that. I mean, I may be getting off a little up there, but at the end of the day, yes, tradition is 100% strong. It needs to be there, you know, but as a new band director coming into the game, you know what I'm saying? Use your values, whoever taught you, because at the end of the day, if you was at a school that was known for losing, you still got value from that. And you can't tell a person that their tradition wasn't no better than nobody else's. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, yes, we talk about Bell, Wilson, and Gregory, but they had 28. They had Green. They had Live Oak. All of them was off the chain at one point. And all of them had some kind of value in certain way. You cannot abandon that. You should use it all. And for myself, I can tell you when I got in Coghill, of course, I use everybody issue. You look at my uniform. My uniform was Michigan because I love Michigan State. We was the Cougars, so I used the Kennedy plume. Dude, at the end of the day, I took everything and I tried to make my own. I didn't come in there with like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do Bell. I'm just gonna do it like." No, I can't beat them. It's a different.
Okay, Frog, but you can't beat them, Frog. But check, and so now that you explained it more, I agree with you more. But I'm gonna keep using Fauché. I'm gonna use them because I don't want to use Kennedy and people say that I'm being a homer. When I say tradition,
Use Kennedy. I want to see what she's gonna say. Use Kennedy.
I don't want to. Let me use Fauché. I could because people gonna say I'm a homer. So let me keep because people say I hate on Fauché, and I'm gonna use Fauché. Man, that's a damn lie. Let me tell you something. I will tell anybody. Fauché is the epitome of marching band.
Go ahead, bro.
I think.
Straight on, bro. Come on.
No, but okay, but when we say when we let tradition go away and we let this stuff slip by us, you have schools that's now that do stuff and they don't even know where it comes from. For instance, the first time a cymbal was ever twirled that happened in the city of New Orleans. That need to be taught. I know cats don't care about history, but when people down our shit and talk about our shit, that's something that started. That's something that started in the city. If you have color, hold on, give me 1 second. If you have color guards that don't just march down the street straight with their flags, your color guards have any kind of flair or swag, you need to say thank you, Fauché, because that's where it started. All of these, when you see drummers,
what started that for?
What?
Flag teams dancing and shit, that started at the four.
Oh man, we ain't doing no dancing.
Dog, y'all. No, I'm not talking about dancing. I'm talking about like the moving and shit and having active
the rock.
About routine.
Yeah, like having actual stuff y'all did to songs. Y'all did. I thought it was not. Listen, when you have T drummers that move around like Jay said and stuff, man, a lot of that shit started at the fold.
Let me tell you, man, you're not about to do that to my dudes. They're not on here to defend themselves.
No, I'm not. Listen, man. Listen, I'm like y'all think I'm shit talking them because I shit talk people so much. No, I'm not, dog. Let me tell you something. As much shit as I talk about Andre for Andre Williams, dog, that dude is a legend because he changed T drum in New Orleans. He flat out.
What he did?
Huh?
What he did?
Dog, he bought all of those. Said, dog, Dre bought routines there. I like Cat's not gonna like this, but it's real. Dre brought routines to Fauché on T drum that them dudes from Walker did exactly. They ain't even changed it. They ain't even changed the name of the routine.
Yeah, and they'll tell you that.
Tell me that ain't some legendary shit, man. Like they did this, dog. So
Key Thomas said that John Mack, the color guard stuff.
What with that dancing?
I would put Fauché color guards as it just relate to the look. I would say Fauché color guards. In my era, they had the best, and it wasn't close. Them and all. In my era, Fauché color guards was. Now Kennedy color guards was nice too. Yeah, Kennedy color guards was nice too. But I mean, Doc was. Them dudes was just gonna march though too. They was just gonna. But see, that's the thing. Like this kind of shit. I don't know, man. I don't think we can ill afford to let this stuff die.
Well, I mean,
let me say that.
I mean, honestly, you have to look at. Also have to take in consideration who is leading that band. Are they steep in tradition? Are they putting their tradition forefront and how it's going to translate into their current program? You know, you can't ask a new kid who never been a part of that era to have that old school tradition. That's it's just not going to happen that way.
We've never seen it.
They never seen it. Like you talking about the twirling and stuff like that. You know, if you go old school twirls and stuff like that, you know, it's like these kids today would say, you know, they'll frown upon it, but don't understand that is the foundation of what the hell you are doing because it's not taught that. You know,
they don't have to do it old school.
Well, I mean, but how many old school drum directors out there who's going to instill that tradition out there right now? You don't have them. So you cannot expect them to do it because they're not being taught. Period.
Right.
Honestly.
Hold up. Put up Rashad. We put up Rashad quote. He said Reed started that nothing but.
I mean, fellas,
all of the petty. I want the record to show that all of the petty stuff that's going on today ain't none of it had nothing to do with me. I'm paying. I'm paying homage, and honestly, that I will say this. I think that Fort Shea tradition is something that the city is yearning for. I really effing do. Like that school was steeped in tradition. I think I think it's something that we can break from all of those old school programs. Now, let me say this: as it relates to having a young band director that doesn't know the traditions of they can do what Brother Frog did. There's what's how much you Renee? There's an old proverb that say the young people need to reach out to the old people for wisdom, or you need to reach out to your seniors for pardon me, for wisdom. That brother reached out to the alumni of Cohen to see what they had. Now, if you go into a school that doesn't have any traditions and there ain't nobody to reach out to, you can still do that, man. But like our city has a lot of traditions that I just see go away, and we're choosing to assimilate to stuff that's less good, in my opinion, in some cases.
What was Kennedy's tradition?
I just think in general, I just think that's anything dealing with music that happens though too. Because brass band ain't the same compared to how it started.
No.
Matt, what was Kennedy's tradition?
Kennedy tradition was our drum majors marched a certain way. We had certain on the field cadences. We had off the field cadences. We had stuff that was just unique to us. What
about your trombone tradition?
You know, one other tradition we had is not going away. We always fight back. We don't let the shit go. Nobody would ever come bamboozle our school name out of the city and our shit just go away. Now here go the petty shit. I'm sorry, brother. Nobody would ever just come and monkey stump our school name the F off the building. That would never happen.
Look, let me say this right quick. Let me say this right quick. When you're talking, and I'm from the outsider end, but I do admire the Cape. And honestly, when I look at the Cape, when I was at Bell, I had a choice to go to Kennedy or St. Aug. And I used to look at Kennedy as the marching symphonic band because they had the pretty sound. The way they used to line up with the brass in the front and the brass in the, you get the whole sound coming in. It's just more than it was just that drum major talk. They had a symphonic sound. It was damn near perfect. You know what I'm saying? And it was just they was known for that sound quality. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's much more than just the look. Kennedy had a wonderful, balanced, powerful sound. And I talk
a lot of stuff about Kennedy. If I had the opportunity, that would have been my number one choice. No questions asked. But I just got to talk about him now. So.
Nah, man, but I don't want Dedric. I hope you're not taking any of this I'm saying as shade toward the folk, because I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Man, how long we been arguing? How many years now?
No, but so you should know what I'm saying. I mean this.
I know.
Like the fact that I get out, like I'm coming down whenever. I hope it's a Mardi Gras season. Like y'all can jump on my neck. Y'all can say what y'all want. I hope it's some babies out there marching. Man, Darrell, I really do wish y'all could see how that shit look moving down the street. Like that's like some of them bands. It was like the pageantry of the old St. Aug coming down the street. The pageantry. I mean, like people used to be like, here come the Mac, here come the Foe, here come the K, here come the Aug.
But that goes back to saying that everybody. That goes back to say that.
Man, Foe shit was tough, bro.
But that
with just tradition.
That everybody had their own style back in the day. It was nobody copy and cat each other. You could literally close your eye and I could say that's St. Aug, that's Kennedy, that's 35. That you can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's why I say that bridge between old school and new school, those values is not gonna mesh. Because there's nobody, and I'm not gonna say nobody, I can't say that, but it's gonna be a rare fact that somebody was like, I know we could have this yike, but we're gonna stay comfortable and balanced, and we're gonna go through this parade.
It's bands that do that. No, it's bands that do that. It's bands
Hey,
that don't blow loud at all.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about our
Lonzy do that.
premiums, the ones who like to show in their yike. I'm not talking about the
Okay.
ones, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hear, you know, one of the premium bands saying, no, we're not going to do that. They're going to put on a show. They're going to have the color guards bouncing from trees to trees. They're going to have the girls and superheroes and all that stuff going through, dude. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's the show.
Hold up, bro.
You see that comment, Johnny?
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Eddie go? Which school Eddie went to? He went to the K?
That's why the poor school that man went to.
Yeah. This is what Darrell talks about. We always living in the past. He said nobody never said come in. And that's who he goes to is right by is behind a so carry on, Frog. I just had to say that.
Here come the Commodores.
No, all I'm just saying is
what it is.
All I'm really saying is that yes, like you said, Johnny, we do reflect on the past because the value system of the past is so high. Our standards was really high back then, and over the years, through stuff that some of us cannot, cannot help or fix right now. Hopefully, it could get fixed in the future, but it's kind of hard to instill that. We was a different breed. Like when I got into marching band, it was nothing else. It wasn't no job. It wasn't no whatever. It was marching band. So I didn't have no problem lifting my feet up and pointing my toes because that's what I wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? Now that's how we was built back then because the vibe of marching band was life. You know what I'm saying? Now the kids right now are starting to get to that, but it's gonna be hard for a kid, honestly, to say stand up at attention. Don't move, head straight, arms back, feet at a 45-degree angle. I don't care if an eagle fly over you and shit on your head. You bet not move. You ain't gonna get that no more. You're not gonna get discipline. You know, there's no more hazing. There's no more meet me in the back room no more. There's no more fear. These kids literally, I'm not saying myself, but they got some kids who really are not afraid of the band director. And I think that is something.
Wait, let me say this. There was never any hazing at John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I want to go on record as saying that for the band directors, the staff, and the students. We didn't do that shit. Now, I heard some terrible things about Fauché and St. Aug. I want to say that also.
I want to say that. I said 100, and you could quote me. At the all, violence was the key. It is what it is. It is and it is. You think we were standing up at attention for nothing? We had consequences. You either going to hang on that fence, you're going to get that wood across, you're going to do some laps. You was not going to be late for practice. You was not going to miss a performance. You miss the performance, you're not marching. You get what I'm saying? You don't have them values no more. You don't want you in the band room. I swear you looked the wrong way. I had some vicious section leaders, and 100%. Hamper walk right past us. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, we was taught to be leaders. Band directors, honestly, we controlled the band when I was in the school. As my senior year, we was taught how to run a band. I was taught how to run a section at Bell. You know what I'm saying? We're not truly teaching these kids how to run a section. They ain't had no drum directors back in the days. They ain't had no brass instructors and wood.
Kennedy, we had that, and let me say this. We didn't stand at attention because we were afraid of anyone. We loved our school. We loved our school colors. There was no physical prompts or encouragement of any sort. Now, Dedric, you went through a hellacious situation that bullshit. Y'all, and you did some bad stuff to some people. I know a dude right now that said he was afraid of you when you was in high school. Can we speak on that?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I ain't pleading the fifth. I'm telling the real. It is what it is because at the end of the day, You got to understand the value system of the past was way different than now. You get what I'm saying? That's why we took it serious, because we really went through something to be a part of that. Right now, these kids could sign up and have a uniform the next day. That's bull. You're not going to love the band unless you go through something to make you love it. That's why it was happening at Bell. You come there, you're going to push the earth. You're going to make the earth move if you stand up, you turn your head with that Crusader helmet on. Rich can see your helmet turn all the way down the street.
Brandon Kelly about to get you indicted, bro.
Man, it is what it is.
Brandon Kelly was 37 years old, huh?
You about to get that man indicted.
And he still remember. Well, I keep saying the word crab thrown around. I also want to say at Kennedy, we never had crabs. We had first-year band students.
I didn't hear some of the Kennedy stories.
Okay, well then they lies. Well, that's a lie. And you know what? I won't even dignify this with a response. We didn't do that shit at Kennedy.
Yeah, people like Bunny that was in that band, dog. Yeah, people like Bunny that was in that band. I know for sure.
While Bunny was going to Kennedy, he was also studying to be a clergyman. He was going to sing. He that's the one thing you don't know. Bunny was on his horn, and he was also now. Some stuff happened when he went to Miles College, where Bunny decided that he wasn't going to go into the clergy. He did a lot of sinning when he went to Miles. But I'm gonna be real with you. When he was at the K, he was going right there to St. Peter Claver, and he was studying to be a clergyman. That's a fact. No, that's a fact. Well, you can say what you like, but I'm telling you what's real.
Man,
so
whatever you heard about me,
I have a good friend of mine who said he wanted to quit the band twice because of something you did him and you, Dedric, and he said, but his mama was cool with Mr. Bremer. He said that she was hard on him and you hazed him every day, and you told him every day he sounded like shit. Every day, no matter how good he played. He said every day you told him that.
He was a crab?
Yeah, he was a crab. Well, no, we don't, because I don't use the word crab. He was a first year band
he was a crab back then. This keep it real. He was a crab back then. I ain't do it though. That wasn't me, man.
He said you rode his ass constantly.
Well, I apologize.
Hey, bro, I see a lot of y'all taking shots at hey, y'all have y'all fun. Please have y'all fun. I see Kentrell, your school is not even existing no more. Please have your fun about Abe. Because every time you say something about Abe, I'm just getting prepared for the seasons. Like, I always feel like fucking about the Abe stuff. That's all I'm going to tell you that.
So are y'all band directors this year, man? Are y'all looking forward to like a parade season?
I mean, put it like this: if there is one, we'll be ready. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I'm looking forward to it, man.
I mean, we always look for normalcy. You know what I'm saying? We always look for normalcy. But you know, my opinion, it's a grim look, no matter how you look at it, because you can't control the crowd, and that's the thing. That's the thing you cannot control it. And if there is a Mardi Gras season, it's gonna be the biggest one ever, because we all held hostage, so everybody's coming out. So it's how you gonna deal with that crowd, man.
Now you got Finney on here too, so bro, you talking about Kennedy never haze, huh?
Oh well, see when Finney went to Kennedy, no, now this is no lie. Finney not only went to Kennedy, but when Finney went to Kennedy, he actually worked with the cafeteria workers to pass. No, this real talk. To pass out food to disadvantaged kids for after school, so they would have food to bring home to their families. So while y'all saying all of this stuff, you think it was a lot of days Finney didn't even march different things because he was passing out food to disadvantaged students.
No, this dude.
So don't besmirch the name of none of these cats without knowing what's going on.
I can name both.
Yeah, I can name a few people who told some stories.
Okay, well, talk about this. Talk about how you tortured. See, I'm trying not to do this. This man, yeah. Well, it's a fact. It's a fact. You hazed that dude. You beat the shit out that dude. That's what he said. Well, that's what he said. He said you beat the shit out of him, and he would have quit the band if his mama wasn't cool with Mr. Bremer.
Damn.
Hey, bro,
Well, that's what he said.
That's not true. Don't believe everything you hear, my
Well,
man.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Dedric looked like he was mean as a child. Look at him. He looked like he was mean. Well, I just got to say what I feel. So when you say Finney was a hazer, I think you need to know the whole story. What he did, he hazed pizza from lunch in the bags for these kids.
What about Dale? What about Dallas Farrell?
Oh, Dale. Well, Dale was a different kind of dude. Dale, after school, he worked with at-risk youth.
Go ahead, man.
This real talk. Dale worked with at-risk youth that was on the path to rottenness. And what he did is he got them back. Yo, let me tell you something. Squirrel.
Come on, this line.
Yeah, I'm just telling y'all what's real. So if y'all schools had hazing, that was something we didn't need at Kennedy. We just did it for the love of the school.
What did Squirrel do? Pick up the golf balls at the golf course?
Squirrel was Dr. Harris's personal assistant. No lie. What he did, he was Dr. Harris's personal assistant. He made sure that all of the music, he made sure everything was on the buses as we went. This was a good dude. So yeah, it was. We didn't do that.
Dog, this dude Matt really funny, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, there was no hazing. No, honestly, real talk. There was no. Hey, one day, we gonna get Bunny on to tell the story of how he was studying to be a pastor. He was gonna go into ministry when he was in high school.
You're a pastor.
Yeah, but when Bunny got to Miles College, now I don't know if he wanted me to say this, but he got up there and had a bunch of kids up in the Alabama area. And no church would have him. They was like,
Bring my dude in to tell that lie, man.
No, sir. So once Bunny got up there and got all of them girls pregnant up there in Alabama, all of the churches was like,
How many children Bunny got?
The jury's still out up there in that. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of little bunnies.
You might get that man in trouble.
That's real talk. No, that's real. That's real. When Bunny was in Alabama, he had a lot of. I'm not judging him. He was a young man. He had a lot of kids up there. But when he was like, the jury's still out. Bunny to the point now.
Your soul for the night. You gonna be sleeping on your soul for the night.
No. Bunny good. But Bunny.
Tell us about K5.
What is that? Oh no, there's nothing to talk about. What that is really it's a group of brothers that got together and they studied drum beats. That's really all it is. All it is.
So Will wasn't a his at Kennedy?
No. What Will was a motivator of band students, but it didn't. Listen, I'm not gonna be defending all of these dudes one by one. I done told y'all Bunny had a bunch of kids. Bunny didn't want nobody to know that. I done said all kind of shit on this thing. Listen, Dedric, you was a hazer. Frog, you was hateful.
Hey, what about Darryl Francis?
My brother?
Yeah.
Salt of the earth kind of dude. Honestly, I came up under him. Honestly, no lie. I came up under him, salt of the earth. Good dude, real talk. So that's why I don't get into all of this, man. Like, that's a fact.
Hey, bro, these dudes, bro, we had a good night today, bro. I ain't gonna lie. These dudes, there's some knowledge tonight. This dude, Matt, at the end of the night, Matt saying Kennedy never hazed. He said Bunny got children that's probably 20 years old now that he don't know nothing about. And there might be seniors and juniors in high schools in Alabama. And they might be going to Alabama University playing football or something, huh, Matt?
Bunny to the point in Alabama, no lie, but when people say this your child, he just be like, hey, just put him on the list. It's a lot of them out there. And so honestly, that's the only reason why Bunny is not in ministry to this day, because when you do a background check on Bunny, it's a lot of, and it ain't no child support or nothing, it's just a bunch of people. It's like 40-something children at last count that was verified.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we ain't gonna be able to get brother food on it now. If you never passed
No, you're not. No, how Bunny got zipped out of Miles' band, no lie, is they had a game and like 17 chicks showed up pregnant for him. They was and the band director like,
no.
nah, fam, we gotta get you out to school.
Say, bro, man, hey, bro, it's time. Let me say something. Man, look, man, we gonna let y'all have y'all last words, Mr. Frog, Mr. David Wallace, and Mr. Dedric Jones. And then the last words y'all want to say before we get out of here, man.
Well, take it, big brother.
Appreciate y'all having me on, man. I enjoyed y'all, bro. I enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate the invite.
And likewise for me, I enjoyed everything y'all have done. Just one thing I would love to see for future shows is while we still have these living legends that we have, we need to have them on this show. And so they could talk that story too. You know, we got to have the Mr. Lester Williams. We have to have the Salisbury. We have to have all them Guy Woods. And we have to have all these people on here and just to hear that story. Because that thing y'all did with Mr. Dickerson and Doc was just so powerful. We need to have that again. And while they are still alive and able and to talk and share, we need to use this. You need to use this media to get that information out, man, because it's beautiful. Them stories was awesome. You know, I even had my own Doc story. I hate to talk about it, but it was funny as hell. Is that I had two of them. I have to say it. It was Doc, Mr. Harris, Lloyd Harris, and Hamp sitting at the table at St. Aug before a game. And I walked in and I sat at the table. In mid-conversation, the motherfuckers just stopped and looked at me. And I was like, damn, I shouldn't be here. I walked off and they said, Bastard should have known better. I was like, damn. Like, really? I mean, you know, I thought I was doing something. And then the other one with Doc, I was at Culver and we was doing a recruitment thing. I think he was at Gregory or something like that. And the guy picked up the wrong bass drum, so it wasn't tuned. He was like, Wallace, tune that damn bass drum. I was like, Doc, you know I didn't march for you. He like, I don't give a damn who you march for. Tune that damn bass drum. You gotta have that. You have to have those stories like that. Get these people on here so they could talk while they can. So please, future reference. It's just my opinion, my advice. Please get them legends on here and let them talk. But thank you.
I agree. I agree with that, and I think I am on board with doing that. But I also, Johnny, you can have the last word tonight. I also want to commend you brothers on a serious note and say that to somebody, y'all are Doc, and y'all are gonna be Hamp, and y'all are gonna be Lloyd Harris and Mr. Salisbury. And so I would admonish y'all. Y'all, all three of y'all have taught me so much tonight. And I hope that I came off as respectful as I've tried to, because all three of y'all, what y'all do and y'all personally mean a lot to me. And I hope you guys appreciate the fact that to somebody, y'all are literally those people. It's a bunch of bandsmen and young musicians that y'all don't have no idea who they are. That they've been watching y'all for years. And so, man, just the people that y'all come in contact with directly and indirectly, my admonishment to y'all is to just keep changing lives, man. Keep affecting lives of young black kids, people that look like me. Please, 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 y'all keep doing that. Hey, man, nothing but love, respect, and admiration for all three of you brothers. Real rap.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Same here. All love, my brother. All love, baby.
I got my son right here. Look, this JVB3 in the building. Say, bro, much respect to these guys. Like, I see what you're saying, Juice. And people say we need to have a legendary drum instructor show with Hilliard, Ruff, and you, Wallace. We need to make that happen. But I also saw some people saying that we need to have I can't find it, but they had another show, man. But look, I appreciate you guys. Dedric, I appreciate you, Frog, man. There's been times where sometimes I might have went overboard on some things and they just laugh and we still battle. It got to the point where me and Dedric was like, we had got bored challenging each other, man. And I know when I took the job at Abe, one of the things I knew I was gonna miss, because at that particular time, high school was boring, and I ain't really want to deal with those cats on the high school level. I didn't know what the deal was. But the one thing I was missing when I first went to Abe was just bad on y'all guys and just the fun and people not getting in their feelings, and it was just all fun and games, dog. But now, y'all boys on our level now, and we just go keep it going. We still got some years. We got some years that we still gonna keep the tradition going, and I really appreciate. And I got it, y'all.
Yes,
Like
sir.
you going to Corn Frog and you going to Livingston, like you're in the East, which motivates me more because this is where I was born and raised. It's just like I just can't stop, bro. And it's just like I know y'all dudes gonna keep pushing, bro. Like and y'all have like I didn't have both of y'all students when I was at A, man. I had, and let me say this, and I ain't gonna be too long, but I had a guy, a young musician. I don't want to say his name, but played a mellophone that came from Dedric, man. This guy could play his behind off. You know what I'm saying? He could play his behind off, man. I know, he was college ready coming into A. You don't find too many cats like that. And not only did Dedric, the next year I had a cat from Cockhill. Man, I would still have this cat, man. He played trombone. A lot of people know this guy. He's at East St. John right now. Man, I wish his mom wouldn't have moved to LaPlace because I would still have that kid. This kid was a born leader. He can run the band right now. Both of those kids can run the band. This kid just could run the band. He wrote music. He didn't. Matter of fact, this kid who I'm talking about actually wrote "Never Knew a Love Like This" for A last year. That was one of our hottest songs. A kid that was in 10th grade wrote that song.
Yes.
We're gonna play another song that he arrange this year. Like, bro, I know the job that these dudes had done on a middle school level. And I know for years and years, people were saying, well, the high school level needs to get back. But I just feel as though, like, with guys like Dedric and guys like Wallace, man, the high schools are back and going to be even greater than ever. And I really appreciate y'all guys, man. Look, I'm about to start this show. We're going to start having individual shows, and we're going to be director to director. I'm going to have a show as I'm just going to interview directors, bro. Y'all going to be some of the first two people I call, bro, because nothing but love, bro. Like, that's much respect to y'all, bro.
Thanks again, my brother.
You want to say
Appreciate
something?
you, my brother. Same here, man.
Everybody say what's up.
Whoa, little dude.
The best band in the city, huh? Who got the best band? Daddy got the best band?
See, when you come to Livingston, little man, you better
Kennedy. Hey, y'all, man, it's been an amazing show, man. Y'all all have a great night. All love. As usual, thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, like this post, like this. Share, like. Y'all have a good night.
blessings, brother.
Thank you again, fellas.